Hey folks, how's it going? Or do I have a special treat for you guys today? Listen to this. Manual transmission, 5-speed, 2.3 liter engine, 135 bhp, 204 newton meters of torque from 1984. Yes, your ears are not playing tricks on you. From 1984, and it's driving beautifully. I think you can tell from the center armrest what model of car this is, but of course the title is already given away. Yes, thanks to my dear friend and classmate Oliver, who is a classic car enthusiast like you have never seen. He has loaned me this amazing 1984 Mercedes-Benz W123 230E. Now, if you scour the classifieds, you will find a lot of 123s, yes, in various degrees of niceness and degradation, but most of them are 200s. A lot of them are autos. This is a 230E manual, 5-speed, baby, 5-speed. And finding one in this condition was unbelievable, because he bought this car as is, everything working, and I think he only did what I normally do, which was to transfuse all the oils. And if I'm not mistaken, he mentioned, because I was in such awe of this car, I couldn't really hear what he was saying about it. I think he mentioned he gave it a top-end overhaul. Oh, the gears just click in place. Oh my goodness, this car drives so beautifully. I cannot even begin to tell you. He has done an amazing job keeping it like that. Don't forget, this car is 35 years old, okay? Let that sink in a while. Some of you watching this weren't even a thought in your parents' head at that time, all right? Your parents probably weren't even married at that time. 35 years ago, 1984. What was I doing in 1984? Okay, I was still in school. I had a Honda Raider 135cc, which was a big thing at that time, okay? It was a big thing at that time. The Honda Raider had just come out. And I used to take Oliver for rides on my Honda Raider. Yes, I remember this, because I was still in school at the time. We were still in school at the time, trying to study while being juvenile delinquents. Oh baby, something's gone into my eye. It's tears, I think. Yes, I'm tearing up with this car. It's unbelievable. So what was I saying? Yeah, so we were still in school. We used to ride around in our version of being rumpets, I guess. And never had a thought of ever owning a car like this. But lo and behold, Oliver managed to get one 35 years later. He's had this car for a couple of years, I think. And it's his daily driver. The aircon is cold. The temperature is perfect. I think Akyat in Klang did up this car for him. Oh, it just feels so grunty. I mean, those over 200 newton meters of torques are still there, still very prevalent. People are slowing down and actually looking at this car, and I don't blame them, because I'm going to show this car to you from the outside later. It is magnificent. It is absolutely magnificent. And you know how sometimes cars look really good on the outside, but when it comes to the inside, they're like, ugh, not here. No, not here. No, sorry, no. The interior of this car is beautiful, and I'll show it to you in a little while. Oh my goodness. So back to 1984. Do you remember what you were doing in 1984? Yeah, so I just told you I was being a rumpet with Oliver behind me. No girlfriend at that time, so I carry my bro. But yeah, we had a lot of fun on my Honda Raider, and never did we ever think we would own one. A classmate of ours, Kaja, actually had a W123. Of course, it was his dad's car, and we used to go hooning in it. Oh my goodness. And Oliver and I were just talking about this just now. The way he used to rag that car. He wouldn't let us drive it, of course, and I don't blame him. The way he ragged that car, we felt sorry for the car, but the car was just taking it. And you just know a car is going to be long lasting. You know a car is going to be robust and continue to serve you well into the years, when it can take that kind of abuse and still come out smiling 35 years later. Let that sink in for a while, okay? 35 years is no joke, all right? 35 years is a very, very long time. And of course, it's all relative. You can blink and miss 35 years. I mean, I've blinked and I've missed 50. But yeah, this is his daily driver. No doubt it's a manual, and you would not want a manual as a daily driver because of our traffic. But the clutch is light. The revs are smooth. The temperature is stable. The aircon is cold. What's not to like? Now, if I tell you he got this car for less than a second-hand Myvi, would you believe me? No, you wouldn't. I didn't believe him, but Oliver doesn't lie. So I do believe him. And I'm very, very envious. I'm very, very jealous of what he's gotten for this kind of price. You know, it's just unbelievably amazing. I am in total smit with this car. It really makes me want to buy a W123. That's the problem with my used car reviews. You know, every time I drive one, I like it so much, you know, shit, I end up buying it. And it's happened a few times already. So the E36 is on the way, the wagon is on the way. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I am enjoying this car so much. And yes, people are slowing down and coming closer to have a look because they can't believe their eyes. They're seeing something as classic as this, driving along the LDP in a traffic jam with no problems at all. It's lovely. It's wonderful. So yes, you can buy a new car. I'm not saying don't. There are a lot of merits and pros to buying a new car. You get warranties, you know. But think of it this way, yeah. This car is fully paid up. He doesn't have to pay monthlies on it. Whatever he spends on it every month, if he has to spend anything on it every month, it's just making the car better, you know, changing the oils, changing the lubes, changing the gearbox oil, upgrading here and there, small owner upgrades. This car is as original as they come, you know, but small owner upgrades. So whatever you spend on the car moving forward after it's totally paid for, it's already in your name, it's just for the betterment and the benefit of the car and you, not some bank's bottom line. So that's one of the perks, one of the pros of buying a used car for cash. You don't have monthly payments. So let's just say you bought a new car and there's something wrong with it. It has to go back to the shop and they don't have the parts for it. They have to order the parts for it. Your car is stuck there. You're still paying for it, but you're not being able to use it. And that to me is probably one of the worst things, or probably the nastiest things that can happen to you in a car ownership situation. Paying monthly for a car that you can't use, or paying monthly for a car that you very seldom use. Like if you just drive it to work and then it's parked there for 8 hours and then you drive home. Why do you want to pay so much for a car every day? You might as well just pay for something cash and then just use it, and you're not losing money at all. Wow. Speaking of losing money, a lot of people say you buy a car or straight away lose money. I tell you now for a fact, my buddy could sell this car for at least 6,000 to 7,000 more than he bought it for. Really, without having to do much, he can sell it as is for that much more than what he paid for it. You cannot say that about a new car at all. So back to this Mercedes-Benz W123 230E. Like I said earlier, you can find a lot of 200s in the classifieds. Mostly autos, some are manual. But to score a 230E 5-speed manual, that's like finding a BMW E30 325i Coupe manual for the price of a Myvi, which is like impossible. Anybody who knows the used car market will know that is practically impossible. But he managed to do it. He managed to find it. There are cars out there just waiting for you, waiting for somebody to come along and pick them up, enjoy them. Really, there are. I found a few. You know I found a few. Oliver found this one. And it's just amazing. It's just a matter of time, looking around. Like I said, when you buy a used car, get the best one possible, okay? Because, believe it or not, if it looks bad on the outside, the exterior is actually a lot easier to do up than the interior. So get one with a very good interior. If the paint is faded on the outside, it's just a paint job. It's nothing. It's negligible. Really. 1,005 outside coat. Done. Interiors, finding the parts and components finding things like this B-pillar garnish, that's going to be difficult. So exteriors are the least of your concerns. If it looks bad, it might actually be a really good car that just needs a little bit of makeup. That's it. I'm pretty sure Beyonce doesn't look that good without makeup, you know? Anyway, I sidetracked. So yeah, a lot of 200s out there, 230s, very rare. And I found that the 230s actually command a much higher price than the 200s. You can get a 200E for less than 10,000 ringgit. I've seen some going for like 6. 230s are in the teens. And the reason why is the 5-speed manual, if you can find one, and this engine. This amazing Black Series engine that's just so robust, still so smooth. The car's got close to 400,000 kilometers on it, just over 350,000. And it's still so smooth. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. I'm stuck in a bad jam here. As you can see, the cars all around me, and some are actually slowing down and looking. I can see through the corner of my eye. And I don't blame them, because this car looks spectacular, and I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling because I'm so enthralled with this car, really. There's no other way to put it. I'm so enthralled with this car. Oh my goodness. Daily driver. Wow. Everything works. Everything works. Look at the door cards. Everything nice. This one came with the fabric interior, is still the original fabric. Whoever had this car before really took care of it. And these are the cars, the kind of cars that you get really fall in love with. They have a lot of sentimental value, and a lot of people don't want to sell them when they have cars like this. I'm very sure my buddy will never sell this car, and I don't blame him. This car is definitely a keeper. So all Mercedes-Benzes built to last, the ones from the 80s, like this one, 84, built to last a lifetime, and they meant it, a lifetime. Unlike today, a car that's built to last a lifetime today, maximum 10 years. Yeah, that's when the components start to recycle themselves. Like I said, I'm all for recyclable materials, but not while the car is still being used. Oh man, the gears still click into place so nicely. The road has cleared up a bit. I'm just cruising along now, and oh my goodness, it's such an amazing driving experience. It's hard to impart the kind of feeling that I'm getting now for driving this kind of car. You need to drive one on your own. It's so different. You feel everything. It's like the car is talking to you, communicating with you, telling you what it's doing. Oh my goodness. 5th gear. The revs have dropped. 2000 RPM, 90 kilometers an hour. Just cruise along. Amazing. It's just defies logic that this car is still running this well after 35 years. Okay, truth be told, most of the ones that you're gonna find out there are not like this. Okay, this is a pristine example, but the ones you find out there are gonna need some work. I saw one on Muda recently, 6.5, 5.5, something like that. You're likely gonna spend the same amount, if not more, doing it up to this level. But once it's done, it's good for another 10, 15 years. Just drive it and enjoy it. Okay, enough talking. I know I've been rambling on a lot. Right, I'm back. So, are you ready to see this car? Oh my goodness. Check this out, folks. Check this out. Look at the door cards. Look at the bright work. It's all still so fantastic. Oh man. And these old school vents, and the aircon is still cold and like a freaking tornado if you wanted it to be. But I shall turn it down. Look at that. This is old school at its finest. Even the top of the steering wheel is, it's a little bit faded, but you know what? It's still in really good condition. The dashboard is no cracks whatsoever, my shitty handphone holder. And here we go, the 5-speed manual. And look at how it clicks into place. Amazing. Okay, my only little gripe, this thing doesn't go by. This is the handbrake. So if you know old school Mercedes-Benz handbrakes, yeah, you just turn it like that and you release the handbrake. And to engage it, you just pull it up. Now my 126, it goes back after you pull it in. But one good thing about this, you always know if the handbrake's on or not, even if that light is not working. The 126 handbrake, once you've engaged it, it goes back in. So you can theoretically actually drive off with the handbrake on without realizing it. But yeah, so as usual, I'm not gonna cut. I'm just gonna power windows all work. Remember now, this car is 35 years old, so if there's a little bit of judder and stuff like that, it's acceptable. And the NVH is still good. The NVH is still really, really good. So let's give the car a bit of a rest. Take the key out. And here we go, folks. The Mercedes-Benz W123 230E. Here's a very quick walk around for you. Look at those white wall inserts. Very old school, complementing the steel, original steel wheel covers for this car. So amazing. And there we go, 230E. And this is one of the coolest things as well. Check this out. Original first aid kit. From what, Cycle and Carriage? Yep. Okay, check this out. This is how straight this car is. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me just very quickly show you the inside as well, since we're on this side. Original fabric interior. There's a name for this which escapes me now, but look at that. I'll show it to you from the driver's perspective in a little while, but first I want to show you this amazing engine. Look at the dashboard. Perfect. And yep, no kidding, 5-speed manual. So, to the front and the heart of the 230E. There we go. Just a 4-cylinder, but 135 bhp, over 200 Newton meters of torque from 1984. Now that's a hell of a lot of performance for 1984. For 35 years, still a hell of a lot of performance. This must have been one hot car when it first came out. 35 years ago. I still can't wrap my head around that. 35 years. Fucking amazing. Just take in the lines of this car. It's just brilliant. Really, speechless. Absolutely gobsmacked. Look at that. Huge old school steering wheel. Like it belongs in a lorry. But the dashboard, these old school vents. Wow. So amazing. Yeah, so nice one, bud. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, folks, give old school cars a second chance. They deserve it. Look at how gorgeous this can be. It's still got the coat hanger. This old Blaupunk player. Okay, not really the original, but still very old school looking. Very nice. Very simple. fantastic. Parting words, I'm about to return this car to my buddy, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my phone into the holder. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor driving this car. It's I cannot put into words how wonderful it is. Old school key, yeah, no keyless, nothing, just an old school key and an old school car. Check the gears free because it is a manual. It just starts up. Amazing, unbelievable, so cool. Yep, it's one of those car reviews that I'm gonna really miss once this car has gone back to its rightful owner, and it's gonna go back soon. So in parting, I just want to say, no, I'm not telling you not to buy new cars, okay? Don't, it's very hot outside. I'm not telling you to not buy new cars. By all means, buy. But if you have the means and you have a little bit of cash to spare, get yourself something old school like this, or you know, even as basic as a Toyota KE70. You will not know or appreciate the actual act of driving, because to me, a lot of new cars these days, they drive you, you're not driving them. So you need something old school that you drive, you're in total control. No airbags, no ABS, no EBD, no traction control, no ESP, nothing. You are in total control, just you, the car, the tires on the road, everything. You are responsible for everything. And that's why I always tell new car buyers, don't buy something so fantastic. You're not going to appreciate the actual act of driving with latter day cars, because they do a lot for you. They do too much for you. They even activate wipers when it rains. They even activate the lights when it's dark. All this you need to do yourself. You need to experience for yourself what happens when you don't have traction control and you start to understeer or oversteer. All this takes practice. All this takes driving something old school like this, which is no slouch. This car is no slouch by any stretch of the imagination. This car still goes. 200 over Newton meters of 204 Newton meters of torque or something like that from 1984. Oh yes. God, that feels so good. It really does. So nice. Yeah, people let you cut in, you know, say thank you. Just raise your hand, say thank you. It doesn't cost anything. Wow. Just the act of changing gears, downshifting when you're coming to a corner, upshifting when you're already clear. And you feel everything the car is doing under you. You feel everything. You are so connected with the car. It's like you become the Mazda calls it Jinba Itai, horse and rider. You know, you become part, both of you, two of you become one sentinel being. Horse and rider become one being, both knowing what each one wants to do and is doing. This is what you get with old school classic cars. This kind of the acceleration, the roll on acceleration, wow, still very, very good. Even 35 years later, still very, very good. Of course, there are going to be small things that are not perfect. No car is perfect. Even brand new cars have niggles in them, okay? And brand new cars have gremlins, issues to be worked out. I've not met or heard of a brand new car that has zero issues. Sure, got something one. That's why manufacturers offer warranties. So this car, the warranty is you. Okay? You are taking care of this car. This is your car. And whatever happens with it, it's up to you. If it breaks down, it's your fault, because the car is mechanical. The car is electrical. It's all components, all sewn in together to make it move. So if something is not right, you gotta get it checked out. If you don't get it checked out, the car will break down. It's as simple as that. If you feel something is not right, it's all a lot of feeling, okay? Yes, there are warning lights, but it's all based on a lot of feeling as well. If you feel there is something just not right with the car, you must go and check it out. If you don't, the car will break down. It's like your body. You overwork yourself, you don't get enough sleep, your body will make you sick so that you can rest. Yes. Yeah, Dr. Chris talking, huh? You better listen. Get enough sleep. Have a healthy diet. Protect yourself. Preventive maintenance on your body also works. So if you overwork yourself, if you stress out too much, if you don't get enough rest, your body will make you sick so that you can rest. Finally. So, preventive maintenance on your car, preventive maintenance on yourself. Why not indeed? Oh, I love driving this car. Oh my goodness. The gears click into place so well. There is no reason this car can't be a daily driver except for the fact that, yes, I understand traffic jams are a real problem in Malaysia. A manual transmission might not be the best option for you, but if you don't have a 9 to 5, if you work on your own, get a manual transmission. You will not regret it. I know there are people out there who have never driven a manual tranny. Can you beat that? Never driven a manual tranny. I can't wrap my head around that one. But if you remember what it was like long ago when you had a manual transmission, how much fun it was, then you need to reward yourself and get another. Because you are missing out on life, my friend. You are really missing out on life if you don't get yourself a manual, old school, classic. Changing your own gears. There's just something about it that's just so. Second gear acceleration. Fourth, fifth. Let the car settle and just cruise, baby. Oh yeah. If I put the window down, I can have my arm out the window and just. I could drive this car forever. Yeah. But I gotta give it back. So anyway, thank you for joining me again on one of my crazy crusades on this used car review series of mine. I think some of you like it, and I'm very appreciative of all the likes. Thank you so much. And the comments. As I promised, I try to get to all the comments, but sometimes YouTube does not inform me or notify me of all the comments. So I actually have to click on the video and scroll through the comments to see if I've missed any single one or not. But eventually I'll get to all of them. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you all again in my next review. Stay tuned for that one, coming soon. Oh yeah, the E36 and wagon. Yeah, more videos on that coming. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.